Hello everybody and welcome back. Katawa Shoujo. It is currently about 26 past 4 in the morning. And yeah, I got that waking up early going on because I had to stop playing Katawa Shoujo because first it started raining and it was very loud and I couldn't record because I have a giant pane of glass. Literally, maybe, let's see, how many midget lengths is that? Maybe 6 feet. 6 feet to my right. As you probably see if you watch Nose Reacts, that's like right there. So yeah, that was very loud, and my cat wouldn't shut up, so I couldn't record. So I had to stop and come back with that insomnia at 26 past 4 in the morning. Anyway, Kenji's being a prick about Jean-Luc Picard, and he's going to die. Not all the time. Was you making fun of me? Finally noticing Kenji, she gives him a wave. Hey Kenji, Student Council President says hi. Hi! Introduce me, I have no idea what he is saying, but it looked confident. Oh yeah, no one is better at saying that kind of stuff confidently. I already did, I even introduced you by title. This is Kenji, he's a guy across the hall. His room is right behind you. Anyway, do you have his mail too? I'm only delivering your mail because it was there. I have early access. It's all about location. Consider as a perk of being in the student council. That doesn't sound very fair. She takes a lot of liberties with her position. At least they're small ones. This is the first time I've really been able to see your room. It's a blatant lie, as she just signed it much faster. I'm sure Shizune remembers that it's not the first time. Why does he get to see your room and I can't? Is it the guy thing? It's not a secret club being a guy. It should be, with rings! Rings with big-ass emblems! And gold! Are you sure? You're really sure? I always thought there was a secret brotherhood of men. Why is she ignoring me? Let me tell her about the guy club. Also, what's up with the hand signals? She's trying to hex me into something? No, stay out of this. I'll have to translate anything you say to her, and I'm not sure if I could handle it. And she'll probably misunderstand it, and you'll probably misunderstand the reply, and then I'll have to translate your rebuttal. Rebuttal? Why would I rebut? I like my butt. What is he saying? He says he has no rebuttal. Rebuttal to what? I haven't even begun to challenge him yet. Oh, fuck. Fuck! All the voices! They're bleeding together! The dream's collapsing! Rebuttal to what? I haven't even begun to challenge him yet. I don't like the way she put that, so it appears that she wants to. But about what? It doesn't matter, since it wouldn't end well. Don't pick fights where there are none. I have never met your friends, why can't I? It looks like he's being passionate. I suppose with the way he's flailing around, it'd be stupid to expect Shizune to think otherwise. Anyway, I'd better change the subject. Not that it'd be likely to work on her, but I'm sure that she has to come here for more for a reason other than to just drop my mail off. It's a booty call, dude. If it was something that tiny, she wouldn't have even bothered knocking. You didn't come here just to give me my mail or chat at my friends, did you? Shizune snaps her fingers in mock frustration. It's cringe-inducingly loud as ever. You're right. Let's go somewhere again. Do you remember? You have somewhere in mind already? You're right again. Let's go to the usual place. She whips out a bag of neatly wrapped containers from just outside the door frame. I'm guessing they're filled with food, and this time it doesn't look store-bought. Setting it down between her feet, she continues. This was the real surprise, see? Is that for me? I have to have something over everyone in the very end. I agree, the way people normally do when they make a statement in front of them that tells more than they meant to tell. Well, fine, if you're both going to ignore me, I'm out of here. So cruel. You'll regret this, female. Finally, he's gone. Not long afterwards, we find ourselves on the school roof. Is it normally deserted this time, or a nice day like this, or the weekend? No, of course not. The only thing is because of Shizune. Not clearing out a roof require anything more than posting a sign on the door. As the empty plastic containers Shizune packed her meal in lie next to me. It was another quiet meal, since holding chopsticks prevents us from saying much to each other. Well, it's not blowing hard enough to be a problem. The wind is a little strong today. It blows the plastic bag loose from under the empty container, so it whips around for a bit before rolling over my legs and getting caught in the tip of Shizune's shoe. Immediately she grabs it and starts signing, not looking happy that I'm laughing at her, even though she's trying to let out her laugh herself. With the bag in the way, however, she has to eventually sit on it to continue. Very funny. How was it? The food? It tasted familiar. That means it was bad. No, I remember eating this exact meal before when you made it. Exactly the same, the fried shrimp was new. It's the only thing I know how to make, but I should have improved. How many times have you made it before? This is the second time. Making this particular meal? Cooking. Next time is your turn to try it, Schweinhund. The way she keeps tugging on the corner of the bag is bothering me. I think I know why she's doing it. Is it really bugging you that much? I want to pack them up properly. It's okay, I'll get them. As I'm picking them up, I realize she must have brought a lot of food to be able to fill all these containers. I didn't even eat much. Shizune must have some metabolism in order to pack all that away. Even though I've only been up for a second, it's long enough for me to stupidly trip over my own feet. Barely managing to break my fall, I end up landing my elbows and knees right next to Shizune's laps. Damn, girl. Dun dun! Oh my god. I'm going to die. As I pull myself back up, my hand gently on my chest, all I can think of is how my knees hurt and how this fall could have killed me. I feel nauseous. Shizune gives me a helpful push on my shoulder to help me upright, and I notice her eyeing me oddly. Unfortunately, even a light shove is enough to take me by surprise. Are you okay? I nod, but don't return to sitting beside each other. Naturally, being alone with Shizune is going to involve a lot of silence, but I only start to notice it now. A typical sign of awkwardness. Again, she's the one to break the ice. I was expecting you to try something dirty. And now the mood is back to awkward. How's Misha? Misha seems happier now, back to her old self. I thought this would be a good way to celebrate, and to thank you for helping her. Her hand stumbles for a bit on the last word. You think too much like a businesswoman. I can't help it, it's how I've been taught to do things. It makes me happy that you're asking about Misha. It would be more accurate to say back to her real self. She'd only be back to her old self to you. The Misha you know is completely different from the one I can think of, especially when I think of the first time we met. Even though I think she looks better cheerful and smiling, that isn't how she typically is. I wonder if it's true for you as well. I don't answer. Well, if Misha's happy, then it doesn't matter. Even if it worked out in the end, your plan worked. You knew her just as well as you said. You knew everything she would say. If your idea was that I'd speak for you, though, doesn't that make me your puppet? I didn't do anything then. Not true, it was your idea first. I was wrong. I have a way of seeing things that is very flawed now that I've thought about it. I'm sure you know. Sometimes I treat everything like a competition between myself and everyone else, even when it doesn't make sense to. Sometimes I know very well how easy it is to ignore someone if they can only communicate with you through sign. I should have asked for help, but I was so sure I could do it on my own. It was actually a brave thing you did, even if you won't take credit for it. Aside from that, you've become really kind of admirable lately. It's strange having her compliment me while her facial expression hasn't changed in the slightest. But people don't change so easily, according to you, am I right? She winks, clearly enjoying herself very much. Does Misha tell you Is this gonna turn into roof sex? Is this what this is gonna turn into? Shizune, are you gonna just chain me to this fucking hurricane fence? Almost everything. I guess you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong about that, aren't you? Yes and no. I'm the one who told Misha that before anyone else, but she took it too far and changed the meaning. It's not easy, but she acts like that makes it impossible. It's possible if you go little by little. I'm considering trying to be less competitive. I thought you enjoyed that, though. Maybe just a little. That's specifically why I use less. She leans against the fence. I have things I want to say to her, but it just doesn't seem like the right time for it, somehow. It's a feeling I have. I can tell she isn't done just yet. A lot of people think I try too hard. Well, I've always thought that I tried just enough. The sound of the fence makes she push against it, and the delicate clink of her sleeve button scraping against the links, oddly soothing. So is the breeze, gently picking up behind me. I can hear people below us. Is this it? Is this the end? Shizune's eyes dart below us as well, and I wonder if she still thinks what she might be missing out on. The attention-grabbing way she snaps her fingers proves that she has an understanding of how other people perceive sound. It must be odd being able to understand that much, being unable to experience it yourself. She starts walking slowly around the perimeter of the roof, still scraping her buttons against the fence. It isn't rhythmic at all, though not for lack of trying. I sort of zone out in thought while she does, and I'm rudely snapped out of it when she circles around completely and taps me on the shoulder. Do you remember what we were talking about? When? Now? Of course, it's just happened. It's been almost 10 minutes. When I first saw you, you seemed like you were very attached to the idea of feeling sorry for yourself. That stings, even if it's true. Sorry. It made me want to cheer you up at first sight. I was scared it'd be for nothing, though. I couldn't help thinking it'd be hard to change your mind. But you did. I thought it was very surprising, and also that you might be kind of easily influenced. Still, I was surprised. It made me reconsider a lot of things, like that maybe everything was worth it in the end. Everything? That's why I like you. I see. It's nice to finally know. Is that the end? No, that's not the end. Okay, I was worried then, because I only got 11 minutes of footage out of this. I don't like doing short episodes. Long episodes, I'm fine with doing. And remember, you have to take this job seriously. Too many people think you can just slack off, and that isn't important. That is dangerous way of thinking.
Definitely! You can't take it too seriously! If you're always thinking big, thinking positive, and if you show any signs of weakness, people start to think you're incompetent, you know! Also, I'm still illiterate! And soon you won't be able to do anything because your power is going to be delegated out to others piece by piece, and you'll be left with nothing! That's what happened last time! So, remember! It may seem like an easy job, but a lot of carnage can happen in this room. I've killed like 3 people in here, and don't even get me started on the rape, murder, torture dungeon to the moon goddess. And out of it, dealing with school staff too. Even trying to get a budget report from a class rec where you fight to the death sometimes.
Yeah, it's kill or be killed. There are no friends in the pits, and you take no prisoners. Are you sure about this? Is it right? You don't seem excited enough. I have to make sure it's getting it through properly. Once more of his feeling. Shizune twists her hands like a meister for emphasis, visually intimidating the 2 girls standing at attention in front of us. The thing is also because one of them is asked if she wasn't taking her job too seriously. Do you understand? Do you understand? Pretend I'm shouting it. Owie, or something. Okay, The student council's so weird. Yes, sir! Sir, yes, sir! Sir, who are you guys talking to anyway? It's not weird. You have to think of this as a job. If you want, think like they were paying you with the right to use this great office. You want another lecture? No. You can go now.
And don't forget.
No wait, I forgot a thing.
And don't forget, if you don't sacrifice constantly to the moon goddess, everything in Yamaku will fall apart. So remember, you find a sacrifice, you bring them down to the dungeon, you chain them to the wall, then you cut out their still beating heart and offer it to the moon. Okay. Also, there's a massive stack of blood diamonds in the corner down there. If the coffers ever get low, use those. We destabilized a third world nation for those, so use them well.
Alright then. That is every plot point tied up now. Just like that, the hour-long student council orientation is over. Personally, I thought it was about 50 minutes too long, and found it funny that it got incorporated into a tour of the school that we've all been going to for a while, but I guess it didn't hurt. I expect Shizune to fall back into her chair since she's been on edge all day, but she doesn't. She continues pacing the room restlessly. They still have a long way to go! Right now, they're a joke. I bet they don't even know how to fucking cut open a man's chest and remove his heart.
Eh?
What? They think they can be the new student council? They're so unfocused. You can really see their lack of experience. This was our best year yet. I don't think they have what it takes to be our follow-up act. And I know there are more of them than those two girls. Where are they? They're like the heavily marketed but mediocre, big-budget, critically planned sequel to the acclaimed low-budget sleeper hit. Eventually, she does stop and sit down. Are you going to miss it? Obviously.
I'd be happy if I didn't have to leave too. I like being in the student council, even if it'd be tiring too.
Yeah, it's definitely tiring.
Only because Shi-chan is trying to do more than she has to.
You're forgetting that if I did the bare minimum, we wouldn't do anything all year except hand out flyers, collect surveys, and plan out the next student council election, so the next student council could sit around for another year doing nothing. Asking me to let that happen? Don't be ridiculous. In a student council like that, there wouldn't even be any power to play around with. I'm just happy that even though I clearly need to ride them harder, those two aren't bad. Not there yet, but the new student council should be in good hands. How can you tell? After the festival, they asked me if we could also organize a Halloween event, like a haunted house or something along those lines. They had a bunch of other ideas as well. Of course, my response was no. I had Misha tell them to do it themselves if they wanted it so badly. They were angry for some reason.
Ha 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 ha!
Of course they'd be angry if you said that. And Misha delivering the message wouldn't help. I was angry too. All of a sudden they want so much. If they wanted a haunted house or a traditional style cafe or a trip to the beach or whatever other other cliche thing, why didn't they try and organize it before? It's like they were trying to take advantage of me. I've worked hard to organize those festivals, and in return they come to me with, that was nice, but can you do this now? How about doing this? It's what I really, really want. You don't know what you want.
Shi-chan was wrong though.
Right, so they wanted to join the student council so they could make it happen. I made them feel jealous and I railed them up. That can be a kind of motivation too. The desire to do something great spreads, even if it's to show me up. They decided to take me up on the challenge nonetheless. I'm impressed. Well, for now. I would have to see how it plays out a little longer in order to know for sure. She snaps her finger suddenly, which sends Misha almost bolting out of her seat. Interesting. I guess it's impossible to get used to. That's right! We were going to have a party to celebrate passing the reins as a new student council, aren't we? Why not have that now? Or at least plan it now, and have it tomorrow. But they're not even in charge yet. In fact, that's the first thing you told them. You're not in charge yet. It seems premature. Da-da-da. Misha, what do you think?
I agree it's too early. Plus, I don't think I could go anyway. Sorry! In fact, I was gonna leave right now.
Why not?
No comment!
Come on, tell me!
Well, okay.
Way to not crack under pressure, Misha.
I thought about it, and even if I don't want to go, even if I didn't want to go, I would say yes, usually. It's the kind of person I am. I should really stop doing that. This is a good place to start, I think. If it's a celebration to say goodbye, I don't want it. It would be so sad. I want to do something else instead. And after all, He-chan, you and Shi-chan will still be here tomorrow. It doesn't seem right.
Should I keep... We've got to be close to done, right? There's not another 20 minutes in this. I think I should just keep going until I hit credits.
Besides, I have other school things I have to do today. I can't just drop them all like that.
We can postpone it.
No! No early goodbyes!
She looks very firm as she says this. Aren't you going to go now, though?
Oh, that's right! Okay, besides now, no too early goodbyes, okay?
I get it.
Okay, later!
With that, it's just Shizune and I left alone in the student council room. And it's night now for some reason. Sunset slowly changes to night as we sit in silence, both searching for something to say. Would it really be that bad? Yeah, I didn't think about it like that, but Misha's right. Parties set a mood, and it'd be a sad one. A sad party doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun. Why would it be sad? Is it a trick question? I'm sure of it. Shizune's eyes pierce into mine, waiting for my answer with a detached, analytical stare that I haven't seen in a while, but feels familiar anyway. I consider my answer carefully, but also what it means for her to ask me. It could be that Shizune finds it depressing as well, or it could be that she doesn't understand why anyone finds it depressing. Both are equally plausible. I had a thought that when you graduate, that's it. It's going to be the end of the student council. I was wondering if you had the same idea. Don't be stupid. I look forward to it. I won't be a student anymore, so the expectations are going to be completely different. People's expectations of me and my expectations of everything else. It seems exciting. As for the student council, it should be in good enough hands. I don't have anything to be sad about. I don't think you're being honest. You looked upset about having to give the student council up not even a few weeks ago. It wasn't about leaving it to a bunch of newbies either. It was about having to stop doing student council work at all. Unexpectedly, Shizune smiles. So you're not disagreeing? That doesn't make any sense. Why would you want to have a party about it? I'm trying to get over it. Besides, goodbye celebrations are very important. People say the first step is most crucial, but following it through and finishing cleanly are just as important, right? I guess that's true. Anyway, I don't consider it goodbye, but it's still an event. You still have to go through the proper motions. Aren't you going to? Aren't I going to what? Kiss me, of course. Is that the proper motion? Shizune Hakamichi, are you trying to seduce me? It would be normal, wouldn't it? That's the natural thing to do. It's time to act decisively. If I don't, I'm sure my heart will explode! I kiss her immediately, so quickly that I don't even have time to enjoy it. Even though she's prepared for it, Shizune blushes a deep red. I feel a similar heat rising up in my neck and cheeks. Hey girl, now we don't have to use this office. Why do you say we christen this shit? Girl. I move in for another kiss, but as I do so, she moves backwards and at the same time and impulsively jumps onto the cabinet behind her. Alone, in total silence of the room, we just look at each other for a while. This time I kiss her more deeply. Her lips are light and dry and open a tiny bit. I'm only able to appreciate the sensation for a moment before Shizune starts kissing me back forcefully. Her bangs brush against my closed eyelids. I let myself sink deeper into the kiss. I can feel the shape of her body through her clothes, which only makes me hold Shizune tighter. It takes some effort for both of us to draw back from each other. We're both blushing, both from the kiss and the thoughts of what's to come, and I am far from the only one breathing a little heavier. No! No! Oh my Jesus Christ. Okay. If this doesn't turn out to be another 20 minutes worth of content, this is my cutoff point. I'm marking it here. As Shizune begins to take off my tie, I start undoing her blouse. It takes a while to figure it out. I've never really thought about how school's blouses work before. Shizune's blouse is a little bit tight on her, and her arms get stuck for a moment because of it. I find myself peeling it off of her, even though the way she's trying to wriggle out of it at the same time, it isn't easy. Besides, a little comical. Oh my okay, yeah. This is definitely another 20 minutes of content. It's definitely, if this is like just the sex thing. Because Hanako's was like sex thing and then like another 20 minutes. Okay. We'll come back to this.